Hello everyone, it's Dynexio here, and welcome to Voltz, which is a Minecraft mod pack. So I've seen a lot of confusion over the past few weeks. By playing on a server, I've seen that some people don't really know how to make a fission reactor. It's very simple once you get used to it, so let's get right into it, shall we? So the things you'll need are the fission reactor, reactor turbine, control rod, thermometer, redneck cable, which is optional. Use sticky piston, a dynamic tank, and you'll also need a dynamic valve, which I forgot to put on here, and a mechanical pipe. So let's go get that, shall we? So we'll get it after actually. So this is what your reactor is going to sit in, reactor casing. Your reactor is going to go here, and you're monitoring that. So for fueling the reactor, which is step 2, you'll need something to power it. Now I've got a fusion reactor powering it. And you don't need a fusion reactor, it's just overpowered and I want to show off. So step 2, what you'll need to do, well, not step 2 yet. Step 1, get your stuff. So we have a fission reactor tutorial here. So get your control rod, get your dynamic tank, dynamic valve, fission reactor, mechanical pipe, reactor turbine, redneck cable, sticky piston, and a thermometer. And then I think we just do this, we'll move this. So now, Optifine does glitch out my textures a bit because I use it for when I'm near the void. So yeah, the void fog, I use Optifine to get rid of that. So let's start. So what you want to do first is you want to get your sticky pistons. You set your sticky pistons up first. Now, this is why I say it's really not that optional to have the redneck cable. It's kind of mandatory that you have it because it just makes everything a whole lot easier with how this reactor setup is. So first of all, you'll need to get 3x3 area, and you'll need to get like a plus or a cross, if you look at it from this way. A plus full of sticky pistons with control rods on the top. This will just help cool the reactor even more before it blows up. Then you want to do that, and then you'll want to do that. So just put the, I forgot what it's called, the thermometer on top of the little cross section where all the redneck cable goes in. I think you might be able to put redstone there in place, I'm not sure. So yeah, that's what it'll look like now. And then you just want to put that there. Okay. So you can set this to 2000, but I recommend by having you set the setup like this, that you set it to 1800. And it will just keep it nice and steady at that temperature. So then you can put a fission reactor on here, boom, like that, and then these will go up when that gets too hot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3, I think you can even have 4 on top, yes. So you can have as many as you want really, stacked on top of each other. It will just create more steam. So I'm just going to have 2, you only really need 1, so for the purpose of this I'll just do 1. Then you need to do your, oh I forgot about that, you also need a reactor drain, which I'm going to get now. Yeah, so let me just put this one over here. So your reactor drain, how reactor drains set up are, so, oh yeah, if we just get rid of one of these, you don't need that anymore, sorry. So just do that, so all these lines will be facing into the reactor and a hole will be coming out of it. And you just want to get your mechanical pipe, you just want to do that. There we go, nice. And then it can just come out with the casing. Now, seeing I've done this, I'll show you how to create the dynamic tank, which you'll also need. So dynamic tanks work like iron tanks do in Buildcraft, I think it is. You just set it up like this, in like 3x3. It can be however big you want, and you can have glass as well, but no, I'm not going to include the glass. So we're just going to make it 3x3x3. Like you would if you was building a big reactor. If you wanted a 3x3 reactor, you just want to fill it in. Make sure the middle isn't filled in though, because obviously that's where the liquid's going to go. And what comes out of this is toxic waste, because it's a fission reactor and it uses uranium fuel rods, which are called fissile fuel rods. And I'll show you about that in later on when we get into the later parts of the tutorial. So you'll also need a configurator. Now you don't need this, I don't think you really need this, but I'd advise it because it's just a peace of mind. So we've done that. So you just want to do shift and click until it turns red, and then you'll know it's being pulled out of the react stream. So once all this is set up, rednet cable should be subsistible to water, which we'll be using to fuel this. So then we'll just put all this like over here. There we go. And then a control rod as well. And then you just want to build up your casing around it. So you can put this in a hole if you like, put it wherever, as long as it's 3x3, which is I think the minimum size you can have. So just make sure it's like this. And then we'll just go one above it. There we go. So, now you've done that, it should be ready to go. So then you just want to pour your water in. Now in my case I'm going to do this one more bigger, but this will be fine like this. So I'll just show you how it looks now. So it looks like this right now. You can do it however you like that, like that, like that, like that. I'm just doing it like this because it's nice and in line with the tank. So let me just do this. Now you don't have to do this because, you know, it doesn't really matter. It'll just give off more steam, which will help create more power. Now we're almost done. Just put your, now this can be 9 by 9, which is however big you like it. Well, 3 by 3 by 3, which is 3 times 3, which is 9, and then 9 times 3, which is 27, I believe. Yeah. So that's not 27 now, that's 9. So you just need 9 of these reactor turbines. So you can just destroy that. And then if you really want to, which is way more efficient, you can get your wrench and just click like that. And that'll just, it's way more efficient if you do it like that. And then you'll also need some universal cable. Now don't use copper cable because it's really just not practical at all. So let me just bring this down, and then this will obviously go off to whatever you're powering. So then this will just go out to wherever you want it to power. So in that case, like a fusion reactor, which these do power, even with one reactor, they can still power an entire fusion reactor. These take around 50,000 joules of, well, 50 kilojoules of energy to run constantly. So you can use that. Now, fission reactors don't require any energy because they use a reaction, obviously, which creates the heat, which boils the water and then turns the turbine, which then goes into power. And then we're done, and that's it. So obviously you also want to fill it with water, which I'll just do now. And then just make sure it's completely covered in water, because if it isn't, then obviously it'll blow up, and then you won't be having an ice, because your reactor will be a solid piece of obsidian. Very nice. Well, it will turn into lava, and then the water will turn into obsidian. And there we go. Now you'll also need a port to gain access to your reactor. So you can simply just knock a piece out. If you get like a slab or something, then you can just knock a piece out. Oh god. Oh, for God's sake, there we go. So you can just get that. As long as you can gain access to the reactor, which you'll need at all times. So yeah, and that's your reactor done. As long as you have this hooked up and hooked into there, that's all that matters. So yeah, that's part 1 anyway. So next we'll move on to fueling the reactor. Okay, so welcome back. So now we're moving on to step 2, which is fueling the fusion reactor, or fission reactor, sorry. So what we're going to need is an empty cell, chemical extractor, nuclear boiler, centrifuge, hazmat helmet, hazmat torso, hazmat leggings, and hazmat boots. And the hazmat stuff is just to keep you protected from the radiation. And then all this is for the extraction process. So, and you'll also need some uranium ore, which you'll find in the wild when you're mining, it'll be like this green particle effect stuff, so I'll have to show you. So let's just get some uranium ore. So this is what uranium ore will look like in the wild, and it'll glow green. Well, it won't glow green, it'll give off green particles. And then when you mine this, you'll get uranium ore. So we'll just get this. So yep, nuclear boiler, empty cell, chemical extractor, and centrifuge. Yep. So let me just put all this into here. So now let me just go over to my fusion reactor, sorry. I keep getting them mixed up. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind, okay. We'll do it later. So your chemical extractor goes first, like that, then nuclear boiler, then a centrifuge, and that's how it goes. So, what does everything do? Well, a chemical extractor basically takes all the stone out of uranium ore and leaves all the uranium behind. It then takes that over to the nuclear boiler. What the nuclear boiler does is it basically boils everything away into a gas, which is uranium hexafluoride, or UF6 I believe it is. And then you take all the yellow, and that creates a yellow cake. Then you create the yellow cake out. You pour, oh wait, no. Right, okay, I'm gonna restart. This takes all the uranium ore, basically, and then transitions it over into yellow cake, which basically is purified uranium ore. Then the yellow cake you put in here, which it mixes around with the water to create uranium hexafluoride, UH or F6. Then uranium hexafluoride fills up this tank here, and the centrifuge spins the uranium hexafluoride really fast around until you get enriched uranium and breeder uranium. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, so you can just pause me and then rewind, and then you'll get everything back. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so what you'll also need is, again, a mechanical pipe, and this time you'll need a pump. Oh dear, and it started raining. Okay, so when you've got all that stuff, you want your pump to be sat over a hole like this, like that, and let me just, you need to give your pump power, otherwise obviously it won't work. Then just put that in there. Then we'll get the liquid coming out of this side. And then your liquid pipe needs to go into the chemical extractor and the nuclear boiler. Now it doesn't need to go into the centrifuge, because, well, the reason it went on there is because it's using the uranium hexafluoride will come out of here and then go into there. But since they're next to each other, it just does that automatically anyway. So if you had your like centrifuge here, then obviously you can have that between them. And same for the, oh wait, no, not same for that actually. So we'll keep it like this just for the purpose of the tutorial. Even though you don't have to have it there, you can have it obviously here. But we'll just keep it there. And then you wanna get your water and just do like this. Okay, so now we've got infinite supply of water. So, okay, apparently I need to start fueling this with deuterium again. Let's do that. Oh, deuterium, because it's duo, 2 hydrogen. And boom. Oh. Okay, so then that'll start turning the turbines, that'll start sucking up all the water and turn it in here. So when you get your uranium ore, you want to put it straight into the chemical extractor, which will then chemically like spin it and stuff, rock it around a bit until you get yellow cake uranium. Now I think yellow cake would be pretty nice if it wasn't deadly and radioactive. So you'll usually get around 3 yellow cake or 2 yellow cake. Then once you've got your yellow cake, you want to put it into the nuclear boiler. And there you go. So it doesn't really matter what voltage you have either. If you have a high voltage, that makes all the machines go faster, I think. So yeah. Then once that's done that, it will create uranium hexafluoride. Now, why is it not? Oh yeah, so if you have a pipe, then you have to set it to red like I did over there, which pulls it out and then into the next thing. So we'll just do that there. Oh, okay then. Okay, just hide it. Conceal, don't feel. So then all the uranium hexafluoride will go into the centrifuge, and the centrifuge will start turning it, like so. And then it will obviously create enriched uranium and breeder uranium. The enriched uranium, which comes in this slot here, is what you need. So let me just get that, because I can't be bothered to wait. So then you'll get your enriched uranium. Now it takes a very long time to make it, and it's pretty rare. You usually get more breeder uranium than you do enriched uranium. So when you've got your enriched uranium, you want to get yourself a crafting table. Now once you've got your crafting table, you'll need some empty cells. So we'll just get some empty cells, like that. So then you want to put it like this in a crafting table. Cool. Now you can only put one fuel rod, I think. Well, yeah, you can only put one fuel rod in a reactor at one time, I think. And it's always been that case as well. So once you've got your fissile fuel rods, you want to put it into your reactor. And then there you go. Now your reactor will start working. And as you can see there, 80, and yeah, there we go. Then it will start pushing up everything, and there we go. So then the temperature will start rising and it will start creating steam, which will then go on to fuel whatever you want, and then the drain will start pulling it out and put it into the dynamic tank, and that goes up very quickly. All you need to do to reset the dynamic tank is simply just break it and then do that, and that'll get rid of all the toxic waste inside. So thank you for watching. I hope this tutorial has helped. If you liked it, please subscribe and like for more, because obviously it makes me know when you want something. So yeah, if you get that anyway. Turn on the bell icon if you like, because YouTube's a bit dodgy lately. I've heard NerdCube is quitting for like a month. So yeah, YouTube is very dodgy at the moment, so turn on that bell icon and it'll let you know when I've posted a new video. And I'll see you all in the next video, if the next video ever comes out, and goodbye.